Hey, this is Broderick of Megadeth, along with
Shawn drove Megedeth.
This is some of our crazy tour stories. One of mine that comes to mind was actually when I was trekking across Spain, and it was a really hot day. Well, it was actually a really hot night. We were sleeping in the back of the bunk. The one thing that I want to preface this with is that definitely know your exits from the bus so that you can get out of there quickly. Because what happened is, as we were traveling along, our bus caught on fire. It's pretty scary to be woken up with smoke and fumes and stuff like that with the bus screeching to a halt. So we evacuated the bus, and then later on found out that the brakes had locked up in the back, and that caught the tires on fire and didn't do the bus too good, that's for sure. So know where your exits are.
My story, actually, I mean, there's tons of stories. One story that comes to mind quickly is one that actually happened a couple of days ago. We just were doing a concert at Oklahoma City at a zoo. Actually, the day before, we had this whole thing planned where Oklahoma City obviously got hit with some really bad storms and stuff. And we set up to do a charity softball game. Mother Nature intervened with that and completely drenched the field, and the game was canceled and stuff. So that really bummed us out. But we're like, well, you know, we're going to do this show the next day. You know, again, it was for charity. You know, a lot of proceeds going to help out people and stuff. So we're all excited about that. And the band started playing. It was a nice day, but weather started creeping in, and you could see it coming. And we started all, you know, looking at the radar and all that. Actually, right before a band out here called The Vice was go on. I mean, the weather just unleashed. It was just horrible, thunder and lightning and stuff. And when something like that happens, there's a clause where it's called force majeure, where if it's unsafe to go on stage, obviously you just can't do it. You know, you run the risk of getting electrocuted and blah, blah, blah. So they didn't play. Well, then the weather started to ease up a little bit, and Black Label Society went on, played a great show. So we're getting ready to go on. About 20 minutes before we get to go on, our sound guy, we get a radio thing from our sound guy saying, you know, our PA just went down. So we're all concerned about that. And right after that, maybe a minute after, the power went off within probably about a mile or two radius. Just the weirdest thing that I'd ever seen. And I guess as a going away present, our buses were leaving, and one of our crew buses were leaving, and a tree fell on the bus and smashed two of the windows, completely smashed them in. So that was definitely a bizarre story. And there's tons more, but that's the one that comes to mind. So yeah, weird.